Hello YouTube, welcome to Cusco's unboxing video. I have two packages here, one from Amazon right here, and the second one from Viovet, which for some reason does not tell me it's from Viovet. I have opened these packages already, but just have a look, everything's pretty much unwrapped / unfondled. So I just thought I'll do a little unboxing video and see what I've got. Let me take these down from the sofa. So this first package from Amazon has a few things. The first item I have are some little Willow Balls. These are just a trio of fun balls from the Naturals range. And it's just a Willow Ball / Hyacinth Ball / Rattan Ball. And it's just something to keep them trim. And you can shove treats inside. And it keeps them entertained. So I just thought I'll try one. I've had Willow Balls before. And the girls mostly nest in them. The second one is something that I have two of. This was a little bamboo nest. It is designed for birds, but I'm going to have it for my rats. You can't actually see the packaging there. One moment. Yep, there we go. It's the Kerbal bamboo nest. I got two of these. They'll just hang onto the side of the cage, and it's just a nice little nesting area for my rats, since they're quite small, so they can fit inside of here. And they love to climb and nest up high, so I thought it would be a good thing to try for them. There's another couple of items. I also couldn't resist, and I got this cute little nest for them. Cute little bed. It's from the Bees Tees Road at Rest Comfort, Hamster Bed. And so I'll put this on one of the shelves, and it'll be something comfy for them to sleep on. Hopefully they won't poop on it. Last time I got them a cute little bed, they pooped on it, peed on it, and then whipped out all of its innards. So hopefully this one will last a little bit longer than that one. I also got a couple of extra wooden platforms. I do already have one of these, and then they're just such a good price for what you get. I believe this one's about £3, £3.90. It is the small one, but that's all I really need for my guys. So I've got a couple of these. So they're pretty cheap on Amazon. And just put up little corner shelves, as I do find with Acacia Rats that they just seem to love sitting on things. They don't tend to actually play with things so much as sit on them / run around on them. I also got a little tunnel for them. It's a little fluffy tunnel. So it just hangs across the cage like that. And then they can climb in there. It's got a little bit of wool. Again, hopefully they won't chew this up / pee on it and everything like that. But I just thought it looked quite cute, and it was about £4, so it seemed to be fairly cheap compared to what you can usually get. So I thought I'd pick this one up. Seemed like a good buy. Next up I have two lava ledges from the KT brand. I already have a couple of these again, but they're just about the only mineral block that my rats seem to chew on. Ooh, hold on. And then just you hang it up. It's also a little ledge for them to sit on, and as I said before, they love to just sort of sit and stare at things. So you screw it onto the cage, they sit on it, they chew on it, they have a great time. Oh, let me put that there. And then lastly, from my Amazon box, I got a little hayrack for them, a little wooden hayrack. This does seem a bit of an odd buy for what are essentially rats, but I thought I'd actually use it as a little nest, since it will hang on the side of the cage, and they can have a little nest and a little window to look out. So it is a hayrack, but I'm going to use it as a little nest for them instead. So that was all for the Amazon buy. Altogether I probably spent about 40 odd quid on that, I believe, although that did include some bedding, but the bedding has already been opened since it arrived in a separate package. So let me put that box to the side. The next box I'll deal with is the Viovet one, oddly unmarked. So I've never heard of Viovet before, and then I just saw that a bunch of videos, basically people had been buying from them, and they said they were a lot cheaper. For the most part I did find this to be true, but for these items that I bought on Amazon, they were either more expensive on Viovet, or they just didn't exist at all on Viovet. So in this instance, it does seem to be a better idea just to look around and see what your options are before. And for Violet, they do have quite extensive packaging. There's this all over the top. It's a lot better compared to Amazon's paper. Although I use this for bedding with my mats anyway, so I do actually like having this paper. And then for the Violet items, let's see. I got a couple of Loofah Juice. This is a pack of 3. They were 99p each, so I thought just grab a couple. And then you can tie them to the side of the cage or tie them with some wooden blocks. And it just makes it interesting for something for them to chew. One of these packets is actually going to my boyfriend's rats. And then these ones I'm going to use on my rats for them to chew on. I'll put that one over there. I also got this. And I mostly got this because I've seen other people buy it. And I just thought it looked quite cute. It's just this little shelf thing, and it's got a little treat hole and some little removable carrots. Again, my mat seemed to love to just sort of sit on shelves and look at things, so it seemed like a good idea. I do think it was fairly expensive. I think it was about £4 for this box, which I thought was pretty expensive considering that this one right here was £3. But it's pretty cute and, well, I'm not really on a budget, so I can buy whatever I like. So I bought this. I'm going to try it out. Hopefully they'll enjoy it. Okay. And I got a couple of these. These are the Tough tubes, which I will need to open. If I can. Eventually. There we go, the Tough tube. So this one is quite interesting actually. These ones are the small, but they actually seem to be quite big. It's just an extendable tube, which you can fit into pretty much any shape and put it around the cage. I thought it'd be quite nice for them to run around on this. I did get 2 of these. The second one in here. It looks like they gave me 2 red ones. I believe that's red. And yeah, I'm just going to have this around the cage, basically as like a ledge to get across certain platforms. And it'll just be something interesting for them. I have to be careful with my rats though, because they are quite avid chewers. And I need to make sure that they don't start eating all of this plastic. So for this one, it may or may not be a good toy for my particular rats, but it did seem to be quite a good one. And as a small size, this is actually quite big, so I'm actually quite satisfied with that. Next up, I have another tube. This one is again so tightly wrapped that in order to show you it, I'm going to have to rip it open. I did actually have scissors for this, and I've just remembered they're there. So for this one, it is one of the grass tunnels, or the Hamster Bed grass tunnels. Yeah, again, this one is a small, and it's a lot bigger than I expected. Here we go, Hyacinth Tunnel Small from the Naturals range, which, again, I am a fan of. So again, it's just something for them to nibble on, roll around on, eat. Anything that they like, really. I do have usually Pringles tubes, which I use for this purpose. But sometimes I want to get them something a little bit different for them to chew on, different textures, which I think they do enjoy. I also got a big bag of friendly hay. Actually, I think it's called ready grass, but it's basically hay. So with this one, my rats don't generally eat hay, but it would just basically be nesting material for them. And if they felt like eating it, it would just be basically a roughage for them. So it's not something that I necessarily expect them to eat, but if they do, it'll be a good thing for them to nibble on. I believe if you had rabbits or something, this would be quite a nice little treat for rabbits. And I also bought the Roland Shoe. I thought this looked quite cute, although it has a picture of a rabbit on there, and I wouldn't imagine this was as big as a rabbit. if that hamster is that size compared to that rabbit, I'll be a little bit worried. Yeah, so for this one, it's basically you put shoes in here, / treats in here, and then they have to work to get it out. It does look a little bit big for my guys. I would worry that it's too big that, you know, they'd basically be able to crawl through the holes anyway, so it wouldn't have that challenge of having to get into it. But they'd probably still enjoy chewing it, and if I hang it from the cage, I know they'd love climbing on it, since they climb on everything. And then at the end of this package, I just got a few of these. So these are just little nibble toys, basically. Naturals carrot wood roll. So basically got carrot / seeds all mixed in and pushed into the ends. Then once they've cleared out, it's basically just a nibble toy / tube for them. Although it doesn't look big enough to be a tube. But for this, I do find that my mats absolutely love this carrot stuff. They go crazy over it. So, you know, this is a good treat for them. And I've got one each for them for all of my cages. So my girls who are over there, my boys, they can all have one each, basically, for each cage. And that would be that for the VioVet order. I think that was £38 or so for everything all together. And then, of course, now I've run out of things to buy. So if anyone has any suggestions for extra toys I can buy for them, bearing in mind I do have a lot of toys in there. You know, I've got my bamboo bridges, I've got, in fact you can't actually see that, but there's coconuts and everything like that in there. I may do a cage tour later, just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, if anyone has any suggestions for toys that I may not actually know about, or suggestions, then that would be appreciated, because I have literally ran out of things that I want to buy. And I think that would be it for this. Just one last look. I thought it was quite a nice little haul. I think it was deserving of a video. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye!